Yeah, it's pretty big. Well, I'm gonna rake leaves. So that's what I'm gonna Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Congratulations on your.
What's that?
You're gonna retire, huh?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wish tonight was the last game, but it's not.
Might not be far behind.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I've had enough. College athletics is in the toilet. I've had enough.
I'm a little bit behind you. I'm 62. I'll be 62 in May.
Oh, yeah? I'm 63, so we're in the kind of same.
Well, I'm pushing 72, so that's enough.
I this way. I'm not gonna make 72.
You're
I want to make 72 on the planet.
You're almost old enough to run for president now.
Yeah. Well, I got more sense than the guy in the White House, so that disqualifies. I can remember what I ate for breakfast.
Nice to see you. Good to see you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You got something to hide. They don't mind the whole house now. They don't mind the whole house now. Yeah, you finna let it go. Walk into the show. Guardian at the tree, study your sleep. Too good to be true, but I'm in a room full of better things and these. You finna let it go. Oh no. Where we go? In a big down that road. Wait up, oh no. He gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're literally like, you got something to hide. He gon' burn the whole house down. Don't want no more. He gon' burn the whole house down. Should I hang my head low? Should I write my tongue? Or should I march with every stranger for twin? Done. Used to hang my head low, now I hear it out. Every stranger for twin is gonna burn this down.
Hello, Wolfpack Nation. It's time for NC State basketball. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. We're glad you're here. I'm Gary Hahn. Tony Haynes is alongside. He has analysis. It's good to have David Bomblin back as our producer engineer tonight. And Howard Baum has stats. We're live at courtside and pretty close to the NC State bench here at PNC Arena in Raleigh for a very important game for a Wolfpack team that needs to turn things around and get back in the win column. Jack's dropped 3 straight games for the first time this season and has dropped from a second-place tie in the ACC standings just a short time ago into a side for 6th with Syracuse, the team that NC State just played on the road last Saturday night, and tonight's opponent, Miami. The game at Syracuse was basically lost in the first half, and the pack shot was 21% from the field, trailed by 16 points at halftime. The pack played better in the second half, but it wasn't enough. NC State actually outscored Syracuse in the second half. Final, though, was 77-65 Orange, and that dropped the Wolfpack to 5-4 in the ACC and 13-7 overall. But Miami was picked in preseason to finish second in the ACC behind Duke. But the Hurricanes haven't been able to reach their potential yet because of injuries. They've had their regular starting lineup in place for only 4 of the last 10 games. And as a result, the Canes are 5-4 in the ACC. They're 14-6 overall. They're on a 2-game winning streak, though. They beat Notre Dame at Pitt. Before that, Miami lost back-to-back games to Florida State and Syracuse. So the Canes are on a slight uptick. The Wolfpack desperate for a win. That's pretty much this game tonight in a nutshell. Tony, the last 2 games have been kind of ugly in the first half for the Wolfpack. Zach's average only 18.5 points, shot a combined 23% field per down. What do you think has been the biggest issue that you've seen that has contributed to that lack of performance?
Well, I think it's all of the above. You know, sometimes it's the lack of execution. Sometimes turnovers. This team lately turned the ball over one more turn. And occasionally it comes down to this shot. Another common thread, I think, is all through the stretches. Where at the end of the war, therefore you can't set up the correct.
Oh, go ahead, you got it. Hold on, go to my wife.
Forcing turnovers, then we get some transition bucket. So they kind of got it locked down. It just came about 4 or 5 when they don't score. Guess what?
I didn't realize it was right here in the first. It's still
That's probably not a job.
John Rose called me while we were stuck in the car.
I do think that they didn't know much about him. He was confident with the way he was get the ball 18 feet away, back way in, find a way to score. He starts throwing double teams. Just Miami. That's the great thing to get double last year, get the ball to open teammates in the game that NC State won. I think coaches around the league have learned a little bit more about how they want to go about defending it, but giving them a lot of different looks. That's a big factor. Another thing that's hurt NC State right now, you look around the league, there are a lot of guards who are capable at the end of the shot clock, putting the ball on the floor, in the paint, and creating a shot for themselves, get the foul line, or creating a shot for an open teammate, and the team will help it. This NC State team is not that. You know, last year it was across going into the paint. It could really break up these teams. Beforehand, we had Markel Johnson, really good. So without that type of point guard and just a lot of good cross pressure on the defense, I think it's more of a challenge for NC State to execute offensively. You know, we talked about that with the Pete's radio show last night. And the adjustment from not having a player like that is to make sure it's out through community. I think that's another area where NC State's going through some scoring bouts. The ball gets ball movement, the ability to score and transition. That's what we're ultimately going to get NC State out of this one. 3-game lose this year. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you got to have a facilitator. You got to get post touches, and you mentioned DJ Burns and his non-conference schedule into the early part of the ACC schedule. He was a big focal point of the offense. We moved a little bit deeper, facing more double teams. And the last 3 games, Burns only averaged 9.7 points on 38% shooting. How much of that has to do with the lack of offensive points to fullback?
Well, we've seen it many times over the last couple of years. But offense, DJ Burns is offense. The new DJ Burns, right? You get him there basketball, you get him one-on-one. We do right over there. They will have a big night. He's really good at finding the open man. Last year, go yourself. 17 penalty touchdowns. A little player both this year and last. But one reason is Ernest Ross and Miami dump a team. Read him to dump the team DJ Burns. Ross would go to what Coach Keats calls the Duncan spot. Right there under the rim, who the guns are, the guns and finding them. Ernest Ross hasn't been doing it in life. I don't know how Miami had to play tonight. You know, George O'Meara is a really good player at 5 for Miami, but he is undershot at 6'7". So you get the feeling that once he's probably going to run it. I think they're at the DJ Burns. I think lately teams have switched it up too. You think about the first game here, Virginia tried to double DJ. He ended up finding shooters against the state game 10 threes, and then everything he did. And then in game 2 in Charlottesville last week, Tony Bennett called off the dog. We're not going to double. We're not going to grab the first much as we want to do. I mean, they usually trap close against everybody. They decided they were going to make DJ Burns beat them one-on-one. And they did a pretty good job on him. They were going, they wouldn't start dribbling. The perimeter players did really dig it down. Try to knock them all the way. And so that shows you how the approach against DJ Burns tends to change.
Wolfpack needs a turnaround, but this Miami team is a pretty tough nut to crack. The Hurricanes are excellent offensive team. Overall, they average 81 points a game. They shoot 49% from the field, 39% from long range. In ACC play, those numbers aren't quite as gaudy, but they're still very, very impressive. What makes Miami go? Well, it's a whole laundry list of things. First, they have one of the best post players in the league. We've already talked about it. 6'7", 240 pound North Chad Pomir. He ranks the top 5 in scoring in the ACC. He's the league's number 2 rebounder. On top of that, Miami has 4 other players surrounding him on the perimeter who all average a double-figure scoring in ACC play, and all of them shoot 35% or better from three-point range for the season. Booga Poplar is a 6'5" big guard. Nigel Pack is a little guy. They list him at 6 feet tall. I'm not sure he's even that tall, but they're the top three-point gunner. But lately, another guy has emerged, freshman, and he's a 6'8" freshman guard. Keyshawn George, he's shooting 46% of the arc in ACC play. So you have deadly three-point shooters, and the fact that Miami is good at driving the basketball, that's a tough combination to guard. Tony, would you say that this is the Wolfpack's biggest defensive challenge since maybe the North Carolina game about 3 weeks ago?
I think it is deep in. I think this is the last you know, being the play off